All right, there's the Ivy Cudgel. Thankfully, only new. Ouch. And then also Moonblast into the Ogre Pond. Gonna live at 18. Good enough for me. Gonna lower special attack. Doesn't matter at all. Here's an Iron Head into the Flutter. Goodbye. Good afternoon, Pokésports. Welcome to another VGC Battle Stadium Regulation E video, bringing you a Revavroom team. Now, Revavroom is the cool-looking Pokemon that Team Star decided to make really cool in the story that isn't really great competitively. It is the Steel and Poison type, which means it's 4 times weak to ground, but thanks to Terrestrialization, we run things like Grass Tera to just delete that from existence and just not be weak to ground anymore. Also has a very interesting move called Shift Gear, which is essentially a Dragon Dance, but better for very few Steel-type Pokemon or Punk Rock-type Pokemon, I guess we want to include. Is Toxtricity a Shift Gear? I don't know, but I know Kling Clang does. Anyway, we're also running Filter, which makes us less weak to our weaknesses, so obviously really nice too. And the cool thing about Revavroom is that both of its stabs just make Fluttermane shiver in fear. It is the hard counter to Fluttermane. A physical Steel and Poison type, what can Fluttermane even do to this thing? Absolutely nothing. So its existence, albeit not the strongest Pokemon in the world, is still very important for, you know, controlling the meta. And this is kind of what it is. It's a pocket pick, but it's a pocket pick that kind of does have a pretty decent spot here. Now, with the rest of the team is very self-explanatory. Articuno from Galar does hold a very interesting connection to Revavroom because it does resist pretty much all of its weaknesses and is immune to a lot of its weaknesses, immune to ground. So it makes it a good swap-in Pokemon. It also makes it a good lead Pokemon with the Revavroom because initially when you see Revavroom, you want to lead Landorus. And if they do lead Landorus, you just got a competitive boost. Not to mention, you have the option for the speed control to turn the speeds around and set up Trick Room. Anyway, that's kind of the majority of the team. Those are the cool, very two interesting Pokemon on the team. The rest of the team is just Grimmsnarl, Iron Hands, Landorus, and Ogerpon, Wellspring Mask. So very self-explanatory with the rest of the team. I'm excited to see what happens with Revavroom here on the channel. If you guys are excited, hit the like button down below. Subscribe to Pokésports if you haven't done so already. Also, thank you so much, Evan, for posting this on the Pokésports Discord. I'm excited to see what Revavroom can do. Let's get on to today's video. My opponent's name is named Helmuth. Kind of like Helmet, but not. Very interesting team. Has a Roaring Moon. Also has a competitive user on their side of the field, that being the Empoleon. We have to be a little bit concerned with our Lando. But honestly, we don't have to be concerned with their Lando. They do have one Dark type on the team. I think I might want to lead like a Grimmsnarl plus Revavroom team. I'm just a little concerned with their Landorus. But they're not going to bring Landorus against me, right? If they see the competitive, they might have forgotten about the competitive, but they can see it. It's here. What if I just start with it? Let me go Articuno and Revavroom. I'll bring Wellspring, Ogerpon in the back, and I kind of want to bring my Landorus, even though I know they have competitive on their side of the field. That's mostly because I don't have a great way of dealing with the Empoleon otherwise. I guess I could just bring Iron Hands and call it a day. Actually, Iron Hands also gives me the opportunity of setting up Trick Room and then bringing in the Iron Hands to take over if I want to go down that route. Okay, I've convinced myself. Let's see what my opponent leads with. Now, there are a couple of leads here that could be really good and really bad. If they lead with Landorus, that's kind of a situation where, yeah, I'm going to be forced to Tera, but also thank you for the competitive boost. So that's a nice little win-win. Alright, gonna be Fluttermane and the Roaring Moon here. Roaring Moon's a little scary. I don't think it has anything for Revavroom, though. Yeah, what do you do to Revavroom? Nothing really. Like, nothing on my opponent's side of the field can really do anything to Revavroom. I'm going to... I really want a hard swap here. I just don't have a safe hard swap. I'm actually going to burn Tera on Articuno. Get this Trick Room up. Because they just got a bunch of boosts where they don't need boosts. Now let's just see if I can fire off an Iron Head into this Fluttermane. Who's going to swap out. Okay. So whatever's coming is going to take an Iron Head to the face. It's going to be the Landorus. I guess that's fine. They just gave me a competitive boost for free, so that's always cool. Thank you. They forgot! Haha. And, ironically, I don't lose anything for this. The only thing that I'm kind of a little sad about is that now I can't terrestrialize my Revavroom, but that should be okay if I could just survive this turn here. We got the Fairy Terracuno. They're gonna go for the knock off my Twisted Spoon, but do absolutely no damage to me. Enjoy this Iron Head for the masses. It's unfortunately not a 2-KO. But this Trick Room should be really good for us here. I am +2. All I gotta do is go for the Freezing Glare onto the Landorus. Get rid of it there. I'm gonna fire off Iron Heads into the Brahma Llama this time. Alright, swapping out. Going into Pharaoh Palmas. You're not gonna appreciate this, Mr. Iron Hands. Okay, Brahma Llama's going for the Protect. It's Brahma Luna. I keep saying Brahma Llama. Big Freezing Glare +2 onto the Iron Hands. Gonna live at 1 HP though. Yikes. Yeah, honestly, we're in such a decent position. Now, we do have to worry about the Iron Hands and Fake Out this turn. But I'm just gonna Protect with Articuno. Gotta count my Trick Room turns. I got 3 turns of Trick Room. That means, you know what that means? That means I have time. So I'll click Protect. My opponent's trying to stall out our Trick Room while simultaneously trying to take advantage of it. And we ain't having that. Let's see if the Iron Hands has like heavy... Yeah, they have Heavy Slam. Okay. That's what I was a little bit concerned with. Them just skipping over the Fake Out, going straight for the Heavy Slam and straight for the Aggression. And then they're trying to knock off my Clear Amulet. Okay, I could do some swaps here. Go into my own Iron Hands, who is equally heavy. And let's just finish off theirs. I think we'll just finish off their Iron Hands and we'll be in a lot better position. If they get rid of my Clear Amulet this turn, that means they will be able to Intimidate spam me with the Landorus next turn. But hey, we'll worry about that later. All right, here's the Iron Head. Gonna finish off the Iron Hands. I'm actually surprised that Freezing Glare didn't knock it out. That was a +2 stab Freezing Glare. But I guess that's also probably an Assault Vested Iron Hands. All right, unfortunately, here's the knockoff. Gonna do half my health and knock my Clear Amulet. Okay. Not the end of the world, but also not the best position I've ever been in. We still have a Fake Out turn, and we still have a lot of options for this turn. I think I'm going to use my Fake Out turn onto the Landorus. Hit the Lando with the Iron Head. Even though I am intimidated, this still should chip the Lando a little bit. And I'm honestly at the point where I'm kind of trying to stall out Trick Room. And maybe even get a Shift Gear going. They double swap into the Flutter? I'm so sorry. This is going to do a lot more than I wanted it to do originally. Originally, I was going to have a nothing turn. Now I'm having a something turn. They're going to terrestrialize what seems to be the moon. Until what? Ghost! It's a spooky moon. It's a full moon, baby! This is fine, I think. I guess they were really worried about the Fake Out, but I'll just take your Flutter Mane. Not take it, but still a lot of damage. They set up Tailwind, but Trick Room still has a turn left. Oh, no, it doesn't. I miscounted. They didn't need to Tailwind there, though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they didn't need the Tailwind there. I should be able to live an incoming anything from the Flutter, so I'll just go for the Heavy Slam there. And see if I can Hearts out the Articuno to catch the Lando swap-in potential. If I can convince them to swap in the Landorus back, just to preserve their Flutter, and this will be a free competitive boost for me. Maybe even potentially another Trick Room for me, because they don't really have great options to face a Fairy type right now. Even Landorus can't go for Rock Slides anymore, it's just neutral. Okay, Revavroom's gonna swap out, which means they're not gonna swap out their side of the field. Because they were in Tailwind, so they would have definitely outsped me both times. Alright, Breaking Swipe's not gonna work on the Articuno. Is gonna work on the Iron Hands, but a -2 Iron Hand should still be able to finish off a 1 HP Flutter. That hurt. But definitely not that bad. Alright, cool. Flutter's gone. The slow game is the game we're playing now. Inch by inch, step by step. Knock it down one mon at a time. Now, I'm definitely going to have to hard swap my Iron Hands out. Thanks for the competitive. I might just go back into Revavroom. Low-key, kind of as a sack. I'll just click Protect here with Articuno. I have to burn through the remainder. And honestly, the remainder is very physical and very scary. But let me just get my Iron Hands back to a nice amount of HP. I might lose my Revavroom for absolutely no reason, but hey! It's a necessary cause. A necessary evil. I need the Iron Hands at full HP. Breaking Swipe again into the Revavroom. Gonna knock down its HP a little bit more. And I think they attack the Articuno spot here, right? Ooh, I get to keep a Revavroom. Interesting. Let me count the Tailwind turns for starter. One final Tailwind turn. I think I'm going to get lucky here. Actually, I'm -1. How am I knocking out? I legitimately don't know how I'm knocking out the Roaring Moon. But I'm going to keep throwing attacks into the Landorus for now. Alright, another Breaking Swipe. I would need a crit here, or I need to magically outspeed the Landorus, which is not going to happen. Yeah, Stomping Tantrum again. It's going to be double damage now onto Articuno. Not that it mattered anyway. Alright, that's very pathetic damage for an Iron Head. But hey, I'm -2, right? Do we think they're locked onto Stomping? If so, I'm fine with Ogerpon, right? I'm gonna hope and pray they are. Go for the Protect. And just finish off this Lando. If it's Tailwind, Protect, Breaking Swipe, and Knockoff, I think I'm okay against the Roaring Moon. Yeah, there's the Breaking Swipe again. That's all Roaring Moon has against me, so I just have to keep attacking this Lando. Yeah, it's nothing cool. Now, please don't go for, like, anything else. No, it's stuck onto Stomping. Perfect. Okay. I think Senorita Ivy Cudgel over here is the only thing we need to finish this game off. And I'm going to attempt to finish the game off with Revavroom by her side. That's great storytelling, folks. Anyway, let's go for the Iron Head again. And let's just go for the Ivy Cudgel. Best of luck, Roaring Moon. Battle was canceled. Revavroom's going to be here at the very end. And we're going to take a game from Helmet. GG. Jake the Snake Chenpao. Rocking the standard of standard teams. Hyper offensive Tailwind. 5 physical attackers. No, I guess 4 physical attackers. 1 support and 1 special attacker. Alright. I'm a little scared of what's about to happen, but I think if I set up Grimmsnarl, and I think if I set up a... well, actually, no, the Hearthflame Ogerpon kind of makes me a little sad about bringing Revavroom, at least right away. What I can do is just lead Lando, lead Grimmsnarl, have the Revavroom in the back, and then Wellspring Ogerpon it up in the far back. Now, they definitely have the speed control against me, and they might even decide to go for the Tailwind right away. But hopefully I'm just so meaty, it doesn't matter. That's what I'm banking on. My Pokemon being so thick that they don't go down. Iron Hands, the Cloud Watcher, and Flutermane are coming out right away. Which essentially means I could have just brought my Revavroom. Oh well. I was too afraid to. I could go Ghost just to set up the screens. And I'm a little greedy, I might consider this. Nah, that's a waste. I'm gonna attempt the light screen. And I'm just going to attempt the U-turn on Flutter Mane. Just try to swap into something better. All right, they fake out the Landorus, so be it. That means I get the light screen up. That means I can still survive this turn. All right, Landorus is going to flinch. I outspeed the Flutter, so that's good information. And they just hit me with the Moonblast on the Grim. I'm going to live it, though. Which means I get Reflect up, too. Nice. All right, since I was flinched, I can go for the Stomping Tantrum on Iron Hands. Good luck with that, Iron Hands. Flutter protects. That's fine. Since I flinched, I never got to attack, which means I can technically choose my attack again. So cool. Thanks, game. Enjoy this Stomping Tantrum stab, Iron Hands. Goodbye. I'd say Stomping Tantrum's like low-key really decent sometimes. Like, specifically there. Thanks for the flinch. Here's double damage. All right, Chien-Pao coming out. Now I gotta be a little bit more scared at least. I'm still able to outspeed it. So that's nice. I'm gonna go for the Spirit Break onto the Chien-Pao. I think, honestly, I might have fulfilled my purpose here with Landorus. Let me double check for flying types before I do something crazy. I mean, they could have their own Landorus in the back. They could have their own Tornadus in the back. I guess what I should do is I should try to double into this Chien-Pao here then. Okay, they just Sucker Punch. We eat that, though. Okay. That's not as aggressive as I thought they were going to be. I thought they were going to hit me with the Icicle Crash or something. Alright, Deagleam into Grim, going to knock me out. One more Sucker Punch does knock out my Lando. I could try to preserve the Intimidate later on, and I think I will. Time to bring out the Revavroom. Because there's nothing they can do to Revavroom right now. And we still have Terastallization to use as well. Yeah, I could just Iron Head the Chien-Pao and be fine. And let's see if I get the free swap into the Ogerpon. Hopefully the Flutter decides to protect. We're reading my opponent really well here. So I'd be surprised if this doesn't go exactly as I planned. Protect from the Flutter and Sucker Punch into the Lando spot, swapping it out. Not gonna happen. Here's an Iron Head. Goodbye, Chien-Pao. Now I'm assuming that the way they're playing, they have Lando in the back. Because they had many opportunities to predict the Stomping Tantrum into the Flutter Mane, and they didn't do it. I said Lando, I meant Ogre. Adoy. Adoy. That's my bad. You're just gonna have to trust me. Alright, what do we do now? I mean, they protected with Flutter last turn. I can't really, Actually, I have options. I can Iron Head Flutter. Nope, that's not it. Iron Head Flutter. And go for the Follow Me here. That should be alright. Alright, there's the Ivy Cudgel. Thankfully, only new. Ouch. And then also Moonblast into the Ogerpon. Gonna live at 18. Good enough for me. Gonna lower special attack. Doesn't matter at all. Here's an Iron Head into the Flutter. Goodbye. Now all that's left is a singular Ogerpon. I can go for the Poison Jab. I can go for the other Follow Me here. Now, if they decide to go for the Spiky Shield, so be it. Their attack has to come into my Ogerpon first, which means Revavroom. Quick-a-Who? Whoa. And who said Ogerpon doesn't have priority? Here's a Poison Jab. Big damage. Gonna leave it at 1. And here's a Landorus. You know the other cool thing about Ogerpon? It can only attack one Pokemon at a time. Which means I can go for the Poison Jab here. And I can go for the Tera Blast, Tera Flying type. And the reason I'm doing this is just in case they decide to Spiky Shield, I don't want to take contact. And I also have to use Terastallization. I haven't done it yet. We made such good reads this game that we didn't really have to. Alright, quick attack again. Not going to be enough. Tera Blast now into the Ivy Cudgel friend. And just like that, Revavroom is taking a second game on the ranked ladder in a new season. What can I say? GG's Jake the Snake. Star Raptor and Shiftry. All right, listen, I'm as hype as the next guy to see what the heck my opponent is cooking. This is definitely looking like a Tailwind Windrider situation here. Which means I could lead Articuno and set Trick Room. Everything on their team is so fast. You know what? Why not Revavroom? Maybe let's hold off on Revavroom. Could also just set screens up. I'm pretty sure a big reason why we were living as much as we were living that last game was because of screens. I don't mind. We'll bring Revavroom in the back, we'll bring Iron Hands in the far back, and we'll win the game with those 4 mods. Maybe. We haven't lost yet. This could end off being an undefeated video. Or it could just be one of those battles where we get so close at the very end, and yet our plot armor isn't thick enough. Alright, yeah, just straight up Tailwind stuff. Okay. I'm gonna do the opposite now. But I am worried about Shiftry doing like knockoff stuff. So I'm gonna click Fairy Tera and Trick Room. And then set up this Reflect right now. A beefed up Shiftry at +1 attack will do a lot of damage if it hits me with the stab knockoff. But not if I'm a fairy type. Oh, just goes to the fake out on the Grim? Okay. Oh, okay, that's fair, I guess. Fully expecting me to Trick Room, huh? Alright. Listen, this ain't my opponent's first Pokemon battle, I guess. It's good to know. I don't know how much that changes though, because I can still fire off an Air Slash into the Shiftry and still set up Reflect again. Like they got me turn 1, and they got me for the next 2 turns, but I'm still gonna be tankier, and I should still be able to knock out. That hurt a little bit, mostly because I didn't set up Light Screen. Bullet Seed. Oh, are you loaded dice Bullet Seed? Well, clearly not. Okay, cool. Here's an Air Slash now. Gonna live at 1 thanks to the Focus Sash. All right. They haven't set up Tailwind yet. I'm gonna fire off a Freezing Glare now into the other side of the field and also set up a Light Screen. Just so we can take the second Bleak Wind a lot better than the first one. Alright, yep. Taking it, living it, nice. They go for the Rock Slide this time. Not enough damage. What kind of a set is this Shiftry? They got Bullet Seed and Rock Slide with no loaded dice. What is happening? Okay, shaking off the taunt. I'm honestly just gonna keep attacking here, I think. There's always the chance that Blink Wind does inevitably miss. I'm gonna take those chances. Like that. Articuno's gonna avoid. Grim is gonna go down. I'll see what they decide to do with the Shiftry here. Rock Slide does unfortunately connect and does unfortunately knock us out. Okay. A sad end for these 2 final Pokemon, but an opportunity for the preceding 2. We got Revavroom, we got Iron Hands. Let's go, baby. Now, I don't know if they're gonna predict the Shift Gear and go for the taunt. Honestly, that would be kind of horrible for us. But I do also think I need to go for the Shift Gear. And I also don't think this Fake Out's gonna be enough to finish off the... It might. I'm gonna hope that it is enough. And let's go for the Shift Gear here. Please don't taunt us. You know you just want to click Bleak Wind, right? They're actually gonna swap out the Shiftry. That's nice and huge for us. Going into the star, that scares me a little bit. The Intimidate sucks for the Iron Hands, but thankfully Clear Amulet's going to help us out here. Alright, fake out into the correct target, but unfortunately, it's going to click Taunt on us. That's bad. Let me fire off a Wild Charge into the bird. I can't even protect, that's right. Alright, well, Iron-Head it is, doubling into the bird. Please don't Final Gambit. That's kind of what I'm hoping for, is no Final Gambit. There's a Tailwind. Interesting. Oh, thank God. I am okay with that. Fine by that. Again, this Intimidate will only matter against my Iron Hands. And currently, I don't see a way for them to beat my Revavroom on their team. Unless, maybe close combats from the bird. Or that. Well, they don't have any ground moves, I don't think. Very decent swap in for them. But again, it's not the scariest thing I've ever seen. I can switch off the Drain Punch now. And I think I'm kind of down to just finish off. But Torn doesn't do much to my side of the field, honestly. I think I'm just going to keep throwing attacks into Como-O here. They don't decide to steal Tera, thankfully. Yeah, they're not doing anything. That was a crit on Iron Hands, too. Lol. They fire off the Clanging Scales. It's going to lower their defenses, though. Might be their biggest mistake. Gonna get the spray, the throat spray boost. Here's an Iron Head now. Big damage. Yeah, I definitely finished off with a Drain Punch. And all they got left in the bag is a bunch of Pokemon at 1 HP. And Star Raptor. Now, I wish I would have got a lot more health back than that, but hey. That's how speed tiers work. Alright, cool. Shook off the taunt. Means I can shift gear again, but I honestly just might not at this point. Shifter's coming back out. Does have a fake out on this Pokemon. I think I just double attack anyway. That way I knock out at least one of the 2 Pokemon on the field right now. Alright, they fake out the Revavroom, which means I'm knocking out the Shiftry this turn. I'm not loving how much damage that Bleakwind is doing. The 1 HP Shifter going down. This is actually very close to the wire, man. This is a spicy bit of gameplay. Especially since I think my Reflect might be wearing out somewhat soon. My Light Screen hasn't worn out yet. I think my Light Screen was set up maybe first? I'm not sure. No, it was Reflect set up first. Light Screen second. Okay, well, it looks like Reflect is still here. I think I have to throw everything I have into this Star Raptor. Because that's the likely one to be Scarfed and not protecting against me. And also the one that's likely to do a lot of damage to me. I think if I were my opponent, I would just go for the Brave Bird into the Iron Hands and hope it's enough. It might honestly be enough. I'm at half health here. And -2 attack. A Wild Charge might not even be enough to knock out the Braviary. Not Braviary, Star Raptor. Alright, my opponent's thinking, gonna finally Terrastallize here. Into what? Oh, they're gonna kill something. They are definitely gonna go for this Iron Hands right now. Yeah, that's a Brave Bird. And honestly, I don't think Iron Hands can eat this. Yep. Oh, Iron Hands is a stupid Pokemon, but now it has to take a Bleak Windstorm too. Oh, Iron Hands is a stupid Pokemon. Holy. Take that, Iron Head. And take this Wild Charge. Get out of here, stupid Star Raptor. Oh, what a great way to end today's video. I might have honestly lost there, dude, if they knocked out my Iron Hands with the Bleak Wind. I'm knocking out my Iron Hands now, but I would have had 2 Pokemon to worry about in the end instead of just one. No, my Iron Hands is living at 4. Jeez, that means there is still a chance that if one of their Bleak Winds misses, I still win. Battle was canceled. Taking 3 dubs in today's video. Evan, what have you created, man? What an absolute blast of a team. If you guys enjoyed today's video, hit the like button down below. Subscribe to Pokésports if you haven't done so already. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the very, very end. Thank you so much, Evan, for posting this onto the Pokésports Discord. Remember, if you guys want to post teams into the rental coach chat, links to that are down below in the description. Go ahead, post a link, post a Pokepaste, post the rental code, and maybe Mike or myself will play here on the channel. Anyway, if you enjoyed today's video, you know what to do. I'm Pokésports. Have a fabulous evening, and peace out. Bye-bye.